confident clowns with you so high. With every step I feel I can fly. Your love is a breeze, gentle and kind. In your embrace, true peace I find. Every moment with you feels so.
Hey friends, this is Laura. I know it's been a long time since I've been on here, but today I'm actually sharing something that somebody pointed out on some pictures that I had shared, and it's how we converted a trash barrel into planters. And the reason that we did it was so that because the cover broke, and so we decided, because we didn't want water building up in the barrel, that we would convert it into planters. I believe this was David's idea. So, and even if it's not, I'm going to let him explain it to you. So, since we have one left, and I believe this came from his dad, it still has the cover and it's working. The handle here is cracked, but it's still a functioning trash barrel, which we throw our compost in when we're doing the flipping of the soil and stuff. So, really pretty soil. So, what I'm going to do is have David explain what he'll do to this one. Now, this is a Rubbermaid brand. Let's see if I can get up there nice and close. Do you see that? And there's a Rubbermaid. So, and this one too has the tires. Now, you might not like this, but these are about how old, David?
They're pretty old. I don't really
Maybe
know.
15 years old. So, is there anything out there? I don't know. We can keep looking. So I'm going to have David explain to you what we did. Say hi.
Hi! Basically, I just cut it in half. Wherever. I don't remember how I figured it out.
He was younger then.
If I measure it down, that's not quite half. So it's probably, I think I cut it like
Right at the line?
a little above the line because you can see it over there. So it's somewhere in here. I cut it. And then I just inverted the top, slid it down over it to the height I wanted.
Okay, so
And then slid it down. See, that's the bottom. This is the top upside down. And the handles are there. And I put 4 small bolts, little short, like 3/4 bolts, just to hold it there. And that's all I did.
okay. So if I,
Go ahead.
me trying to explain. So I'm trying to understand because, so you cut it here. This came off, and then you flipped this.
Yep.
Okay, so you got this ledge here.
See, these are upside down. This would be locked, which is like it's locked now.
Okay,
So
I
it's
hope that
upside
makes sense.
down.
Because I was trying to figure, I don't know how he did it, but he did it. And
Because
then,
they're tapered, they slide down on each other.
okay, so that's why the bottom piece is right there, and this is the top piece in which they meld together, correct?
Mhm.
All right. And that there is my creative husband who did that for me. He's making me follow him. He says, I think we can do it with other barrels. I don't know what he's talking about. But they have to have wheels on it, honey. I think he just likes me chasing him. This is where we store all our barrels. Oh, we got some more over here too. Some have chips from, because we have to chip branches and stuff. Sometimes we put those in there, but
But this barrel should do the same thing.
what kind of barrel is that? Is that a Rubbermaid
That's a
too?
Rubbermaid as well.
Okay.
And I think you can still get these. They're very similar to those ones that we got.
But they don't have wheels on them.
These don't have wheels, no. But I think you could cut it somewhere around here
Yeah?
and invert it and do the same thing.
Okay. So I looked online. I didn't see any with wheels, except the square ones. Is that one empty?
No, it's got compost in it.
So pretty cool.
Yeah.
So if you can't tell, we look tired and hot because it's been in the 90s today. And
I don't know
muggy.
if it's 90s, but it's hot and muggy. Yeah.
So we've been out here. They promised us some rain at 1 o'clock. I think it's like 1:30 now. They lied. we were hoping that we would get a coolness. It was supposed to rain for like 20, 30 minutes. It was sweat rain. And we're supposed to get thunderstorms tonight. So that's what we did. He's going to try to see if we can maybe make some with maybe some other barrels out there. We don't have any with wheels, though.
No.
Okay. So we're not going to go out and buy one with wheels unless we find one on the side of the road, because that's the best place to get them. But I haven't seen any. Most people, once they're trashed, they're trashed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we did. And I didn't think they'd be so cool, but they are handy, like putting in the elderberry trees. I love it because we got the elderberry trees about 4 years ago, and we were trying to figure out how I could put them in a large container, and we didn't have one. And so yeah, it was your idea. You said, well, why don't we cut this down, has wheels, and we can move it. That's right. He did that. I will not take credit for something that's not mine. And so when he did that, it was kind of like the answer to what we needed, because you all know that if you go out and buy specialty containers, you're going to spend an arm and a leg, and now barrels themselves are ridiculous.
Well, the covers were broken, so the trash barrels with a cover were not working well.
No?
No, without the cover, it's like, so, and we went out and picked up some new ones for that,
Yeah.
and then I cut those up to try that, and it worked.
So, and we ended up with that third one is from your dad.
That's from Dad, yep.
So that's how we accumulated that. So instead of throwing it into the dumpster when we cleaned out the estate, he said, I can use this. And of course, anybody can use trash barrels. So instead of just rambling here, that's what we did. And I hope, and he hopes that it's helpful to somebody when you're out looking around to see what you can do, because the Rubbermaid ones seem to work.
Yeah, I think it'll work on almost any tapered can. Whether it's got wheels or not, that's, you know.
But you could always make a base with wheels.
Well, yeah.
So
I get one of those things like I move them around with.
okay, so that dolly that he has, I bought that for him. I believe it was last year, right?
Yeah.
And I got that for him because we didn't have anything that truly wrapped around the barrels. And I forgot what the name of that is. Do you remember? But anyways, I'll try to list it in the description. But we got that just so that he wouldn't be hurting himself. And I actually use it.
It does a lot of the heavy stuff really well.
Like trees.
Well, small trees or your big pots that are ceramic and stuff like that.
My stuff is too heavy.
A lot of them are big. It's easier to move with that.
It's true. I buy pots so that plants can survive in them, but some things don't make it through the winter, so that doesn't always happen. So that's what we did, and we hope that it is helpful for somebody who is looking for that kind of thing. Thanks, folks. Have a great day. So as David finishes up cleaning some things up, it's like 1:30, 2 o'clock now. I just want to share what we've accomplished this weekend. We got quite a bit done. Of course, as you can see, we have plenty of salads that we can consume, the herb, and all this is at the back of the door so that it's easy for me to come out here, whether it's rain or not. And we finally put the umbrella up so that, I'll turn around and show that. Oops, that was fast. So we put the umbrella up there to keep it cool. I'll try not to make you dizzy. Slowly. We haven't decided what I'm going to grow in here, but they were empty, and I'm like, you can't have empty containers. So we spent the weekend finishing up our plants here. This here we're going to have daylilies shortly along in here. And this is our perennial garden. It's been here for a number of years. And probably maybe 30 years. And so we come in here and we take out, there's some weeds, definitely some weeds that I got to get in there and get. This is where I have the bee balm, the borage is in there, and a few other plants that we have. And there are some plants that are not doing well. So they're in what I call a little nursery. And then some other things out here around the gazebo that we are still going through some other stuff. But in this gazebo, we do have more food. We have some herbs and tarragon, parsley, Let's see what we got here. Basil. Parsley. Oops, parsley. Thyme. Oh, I've been eating the lettuce. That wasn't the other animals. Oh, gotta pull that one out and plant some more. But that's all those. And we got some more lilies that'll be coming up soon. So what David did today is he came in and he mowed here, and then he used my battery mower, and what we did with that is we took all the greens and gave them to the chickens, and they think they're in heaven. This is our shade garden that needs a little bit of TLC, but we have a lot of other things to get accomplished. And then he cleaned up out back as well. And this one here he went through. We called this one our H garden because when we built it, we made an H so we could have sections. And so this was overgrown. So he went in there and weed whacked, and we pulled some different things out. And I'm going to show you something else he did. I want to show you something else that works pretty good for chipmunks and mice. Not the birds. The birds are beautiful. They can stay. Hello, Miss Robin. I don't know what she's got. I like this here. I forget what it's called. But they climb up in here and they go splash. They get baptized, as one of my friends Steve said. So we take care of them that way. We just have too many chipmunks. So over here is the shade garden with the H. We have a beautiful bee balm plant over here that has been in the ground. And this is why having the bee balms in the ground, they flourish better. We have a bunch of stuff in here that we need to kind of tone down. But right now we're pretty happy with this because it's naturally wild. Kind of with my personality, it works wonders. I gotta fill that up for the birds. It's been so hot, the water is not staying in the bird baths. So what we did over here, we had to clean out, this is the raspberry bush, and we cleaned up a little bit. There's a foxglove in there that David wants to repot out. So we'll see what we can do. But these are the raspberries that we're going to have to come in and cover soon. But I'm okay with how full it is because the birds won't get them all. But isn't that beautiful? They're almost here. So these here are raised beds that we've had in another area. And for a personal reason, we've decided to leave it here. Our town is going to be coming in, replacing these recycle bins, and we have 4 of them. And so we're going to use them as planters because they have holes in them. I'm not going to throw them away because obviously that's not what we do. This here is, I think it's called a paper lily. And while David was out in the back corner, he said, Laura, what is this? And I said, I don't know. But anyways, this is actually a very delicate looking flower. I'm not sure how to get the seeds, but this would be absolutely beautiful if I could collect some seeds and share them. So what we did was we just kind of like said, okay, how can we fit other things in here? Because what I want to do in here is do my brassicas, because this is a pretty shady area. And oh, he's all done. I'm going to finish up though. And so in here, this here is a raised bed that I put in, I think, 2 years ago. Did we put this in, Data? And what I did was I slowly put stuff in here and kept adding to it. This year we added the daisy type things. What's that? The cardinal flower. When I put that in, it was starting to die, so I took it out, looked at the roots, and broke it up a little bit, and I added more food in here, and it's going to be fine. What I like about all this is, other than the red and white flowers, this is all perennial stuff, so this stuff will come up. And then on the plant app, this says, it's, what did I tell you it was?
I forgot.
It's supposed to help with depression. I'll tell you later. Oh gosh, I can't think nothing. And look at that. This stuff is growing everywhere. All the everything's growing. So So I'm really happy with how this turned out. And the plants in the back are all bleeding hearts. Those are the white ones. We have other ones, other colors too, but that's what we did here. And even though we didn't get the rainfall like we've gotten in the past years, this one, even the rain that we got, we didn't get flooded like we always do, where I have to take a hose out here and drain it out. It worked out beautifully, so I'm really grateful for that. And then I keep this one around because he's helpful. And then some of you have seen pictures. We put this greenhouse up, and we know it's not everybody's dream greenhouse, but you know what? It's serving a purpose, and it was affordable for us in order to protect some things. I didn't want to leave, covering over everything. So these are the buckets with the elderberries. That bucket, which is about ready to die, has elderberries. And here's another one we transplanted. It was an offshoot, so they're gonna grow. And then in here, these things have all been doing really well this week. These were just little things from my starts, and they're doing really well. So squashes and tomatoes, and I don't see any peppers in here. But these items are doing well. I've pulled out some things. I had to take some things off the plants and bugs, and we fed them to the chickens, and they seem to be very happy with that. At first they were a little apprehensive. So on this side, this is some of the stuff that we have. This here is, there are two types of, Stairway to Heavens, Jacob's Ladders. And I really like these. These are beautiful. This is in a spot where it's sunny and shady, so it should be fine. And my brain is on a little fog because she's overheated, so I can't remember everything. And on this side, I just planted some things. And then down the way, there's some stevia. And then we took those elderberries out of this place here. And this is where some tomatoes and peppers are in here. And the chickens are, I don't know why, they sometimes are in here during the day because it's so hot out, I think. Anybody home? Nope, I don't think they are. I think they're outside playing. Well, resting or hiding. Where are you guys? Oh, okay, so those are all the greens David threw in there. So they're still digging in that. They've been in there for about an hour digging away at what came in from what David mowed. We still have to get that wood out, but we've been busy. And here we go. Keep gate closed. We're really happy with these chickens. They're still a little timid for us, but this mailbox here, I put little chicken coop cleaner stuff in it. This is something we've had since we were married and we were living up in Maine. So the 266 is the number of our street, our address up in Maine. And you hear a little buzz. That's a solar fan. I can't stand it. But in here, we have some kale. We have the, I'm telling you, the heat messes with my brain. So I'm just going to show you what we got here. We got the thyme is coming along, which is really nice, and that's all by seed. All of these things are by seed. That's the Italian parsley. And I'll put some catnip up here. Horseradish, that's what that is. Okay, we got some kale. I have no idea what this is. I think it's a weed. I've got to get my phone app out there and check it out. Here what I have is my corn, and I have two types of corn growing. I've got regular sweet yellow corn, and then I put some red corn in here too. Yellow corn and red corn. And then I threw some beans at the top, and I'm thinking I really should put beans on the bottom, so I'll be doing that this week, is throw some bean seeds so that they climb up the way they're supposed to. And I don't think I have room for squash. And we have some other lovelies out here. So I'm really happy about the grow stocks. They do help me. Now I have some things in. I've got to go through and weed some of this stuff out. This is the strawberries. I'm getting a few strawberries every day. I'm not sure I'm happy with how the strawberries work out here. Could be the condition. This here are some marigolds that I have to plant out. And up here is some lavender I have that I need to transplant out. And then I have some apple mint from seeds from a friend and papalo butter. The papalo, I think I said that, butterfly fern. And I'm trying to grow rosemary from seed because I don't like buying stuff. And down here is some more basil. I like having plenty of basil on hand. And it's warm in here because the fan isn't doing all that great. Oh, fresh air right here. So, this is our little home away from home. No, it's not. It's our backyard. But, so David, relaxing?
Trying to.
Taking a nap?
No.
You want to go lift something?
I gotta get up and move some stuff.
Yeah.
I was just taking a break because it's too hot.
Hey friends, we hope that you have a great evening. Say good night, folks.
Good night, folks. Catch you later.
All right, have a nice night, folks.
Walking in clowns with you so high. With every step I feel I can fly. Your love is a breeze, gentle and kind. In your embrace, true peace I find. Every moment with you feels so right. In your